All right, so right now we're touring a house that we're in contract to buy. This was brought to us by a wholesaler. We're gonna call this Buckner 2.0. We bought the first house in Buckner for $105,000. And Danny was like, hey, this is a good property. I wanna do this flip, I can handle it. Danny's a pretty handy guy. I'll let him tell the rest of the story.
Yeah, so basically we thought it was more of just a cosmetic rehab. Well, I thought it was more of a cosmetic rehab. It was basically a hoarder house, so once we got everything out, we realized we had some more issues than we thought. So we ended up having to put more money into it and more work into it than we thought. So that's when we pulled in a crew to help finish the thing out, because it would have been
you still would have been there right now.
I'd probably still be working there, you know, nights and weekends.
So what did you learn on that one? Like, because basically you came to me, you're like, hey, can you partner on this deal? I'll do all the work. I was like, all right, let's see how it goes.
Better to just burn and turn and pay someone to do the work instead of being over ambitious and trying to overwork myself and do the work myself.
Now, you did get to try your basement on that one.
Yeah. So pretty much every flip house we do, I'm like, Troy, we got square footage in the basement, egress window, we can add square footage, we can add a bedroom, this and that. He's always shutting it down. This one, he let me do it, and then we ran into some foundation issues, and turns out the juice wasn't worth the squeeze. Lesson learned. We're still gonna make out all right on that.
Yeah,
one.
we'll get out whole and with a small profit, I believe.
Acquisition and rehab, I think we're into it 163, and
Yeah, I know we paid 105 for the acquisition. Plus, you got to take off what we paid the realtors and all that stuff. So I would guess if it's north of 40, I'd be surprised. But hey, and that's with a bunch of stuff going wrong. That's why you want to buy them right when things screw up, because you got the money eating away at you every month. So Danny, I haven't seen this house. Why don't you walk us through and kind of walk us through what your original plans are, or your plans on this house would be. David is behind the camera. David, I want to give a shout out to David. I think this is important. So David tried to join the mentorship program, right?
Yeah.
And what was the problem?
I didn't have enough money.
He didn't think the value was there?
No, I did.
Yeah, right.
I didn't have money.
So he came up to us. You thought the value was there, right?
Yeah.
And so you said, what did you say to me? You came to one of our meetups.
I said I would work for you for free because I wanted to learn from you.
Right.
Only you.
Danny, what did I tell you when I said with him?
we had some people that were in the interview process, and then David came to you, was like, I'll work for free, prove myself to you, and then so we stopped the interview process. We're like, all right, let's see.
So what did I tell you though specifically? I said throw every shit job at him.
Yeah, we did.
I said, originally Danny's a nice guy. He was gonna take it easier. He had a hard time dumping water on me the other day. So Danny was like, I'm just gonna give him this and this. I said, no. He wants to prove himself. The best way to start is throw every shit job at him, which he did great, and I hired him the end of the week. So cool. All right, well, we'll give you back the camera. I just wanted to give him a shout out. And listen, that is the new hiring process. David has now laid the foundation for, like, we have so many people hit us up all the time, and they're like, hey, I want to learn from you. I want to do this. I want to do, and they're like, I'm like, okay. Yeah, great.
And then they're like, I want $200,000 a year.
Yeah.
Like, all right, pound sand.
Let's go exterior first. So we've got this issue right here.
Yeah. So this thing, I was thinking, I'll just tear these steps out, reform this, and put.
I got one even better. So I agree with you. Get rid of these steps. This is good. So I'd take the top off and deck it. Just use this as like your deck base, right? You could even go over the top. It's going to support it probably out to about here, right? So I would deck this, but I would put wood over the top versus trying to mess with this whole thing.
Okay.
I think that they could easily take this top part off, or we put wood steps going to concrete. So whichever is gonna be the cheaper. And my guess is just probably jackhammering this out or slamming this out would be the easier way versus reforming it and doing this. A nice new deck will look better.
Yeah, you can tell this was a DIY project.
Definitely DIY. Use the brick as foundation. If you can't even use the brick, then get rid of the whole thing and make a nice deck off the front house.
We got some peeling paint, so, sanding it down in the spots that need it, scraping it, repainting the outside. The roof isn't terrible, but it's got a bunch of patch spots and it is old.
Let's reshingle it.
This slider door, that's where I was gonna convene with you on.
Okay.
Do we do a new slider? Do we convert it back to a garage? Or do we just put a window up?
I guess that's what we got. That's a call that we got to make when we get inside. Siding looks in pretty good shape. We just need to repaint it. Maybe fix this area right here. Fix this little fence area right here.
That'll be cheap, just putting, 12 feet of fence up there. Nice curb appeal.
Really, the landscaping is going to go well. I mean, going to go a long ways here.
All these low branches, just cleaning those up on this tree.
Hopefully the HVAC works.
What's that?
It leaks sewage.
Oh, this one does? Like out the main or what?
The main for the last 10 years. The tree keeps getting into it.
Oh, that tree does?
The summer gets bad. The last 4 people have moved out because the toilet clogs.
So let's scope the sewer line before.
Doesn't flush.
We'll get it fixed. Yeah, let's scope the sewer line to see what we're dealing with there. I figured I was actually gonna say that we might have an issue right when she said that because of those tree trunks. So one, let me give you a little tip that you maybe not know. So if we have an issue with the sewer, roots are always gonna go to water. Like that's why they come into the sewer line. That doesn't mean we need to replace the sewer line. It could mean that we could just jet it out and blow all those lines clean, and that would get rid of it. That would be the cheapest, quickest, best solution for us. Now, if the roots have eaten away and they've torn the pipes and it's all like pulled this way and pulled that way, we're gonna have to replace the pipe, period, end of story. You know, you have to have the right crew, you gotta get the thing marked. So the first thing we wanna do is scope it, mark it, so we know where the line is going. And just interestingly enough, another little factoid for you that you may not know is that every city in America that I'm aware of, I learned this from Steve the plumber, rest in peace, the cities vent their sewage out of your house. That's why you have a vent stack in there. That's why you have P-traps. It traps gas, right? There's water that sits in the P-trap so that the methane gas doesn't pass through the water and acts as a barrier to keep people safe. Same thing happens when you have a house trap. That's supposed to keep the city from venting the fumes coming up. And if you don't have the house trap, now what they do is they vent out all the methane gas out of the entire house. So just a little breakdown on sewer. So what we'll do is we will mark the line, replace wherever we need to replace it, whether it's the whole line or not. That'll probably not be that big of an expense because the biggest expense is digging it out. And guess who's getting a tractor? This guy.
So over here we got some siding to patch.
Right.
Condenser works. There's the crawl space access right there.
That's the crawl space access?
Yeah.
Behind this thing?
There's another one inside the house, but
I just think we need to clean that up.
patch it
Maybe
up.
put the condenser, like clean it up and move the condenser over here, or I don't know. We definitely need to clean this up and make this look nicer. Kill this tree, pull this thing away from the house. Oh, I said new windows, but I think we're good.
Yeah, it's just the sills.
Yeah. So we just got to rip these things out. We might have to reframe it and take it out though.
Yeah.
Because it looks like they just put in new windows and they didn't fix this part. So this is going to need a lot of pressure washing. So
yeah,
first thing that's going to have to happen is these windows. This stuff's going to have to come out because otherwise, I mean, look at how rotten that is. No termites, that's just pure rot. Because if you saw termites, even though that kind of looks like they were eating in there, this is just a lot of like paint and caulking and painting and caulking and painting and caulking for years and years and years and never doing any sort of like really bulletproof maintenance systems. Another thing that should probably happen is this thing should probably come down. I don't know why they didn't take it down in the first place. This is the access that I would put on. I would actually close off that other access because I don't even know if that was supposed to be an access. So this is our crawl space.
Yeah.
I'd make this look nice and pretty and we need to clean out the crawl space. So, David, no, I'm just kidding. More stuff to fix here. The one thing that our guys always forget to do, and I just want to make sure you guys are clear about this, all these satellites should come off. Like the minute we're re-roofing, anything that's on the roof should just come off. Pull all the cables off this thing. Now we enter the weird zone, right?
This is the 4th bedroom.
This is the 4th bedroom.
To make it an actual conforming bedroom, we'd need to add a closet. And so there's no HVAC to this, but we do have that hole punch where we could add ductwork underneath.
On this one, I think you'd be better off just going with a mini split for this particular unit.
Okay.
Versus going and running some crazy ductwork, which is gonna cost a lot of money. Just put a mini split in here.
I was thinking of deleting this door, finishing like a hallway in here to it.
I like that idea a lot better than the way that's set up right there.
Yeah.
Even though it's a little bit awkward for walking into here, it's way more awkward to step down and like, imagine you have a couple cocktails that night or something. You're walking through here, you're like, honey, I'm coming inside to...
Stairs in the bedroom.
Yeah, I just don't think this is a good, I think it's much better, like you said, to close this thing off. I don't know if they had, how they had this before.
It's definitely an add-on. You can tell by that homemade door, you know, so whenever they converted this from a garage to a bedroom,
Yeah, so as far as that's concerned, I do think the window is the way to go here. Well, I guess let's break it down. How much is French doors here?
French doors
Or slider?
or slider. We could get a cheap slider for like $500, a nice one for like $1,000, $1,200, $1,500.
So I would say whatever fits in here should go back in here would be the cheapest way to do it versus having to retrofit and do all of that stuff. But if we do have to retrofit and do all that stuff anyways, because this is like too big of a size, because this seems like a really big slider. Normal slider is what?
72?
I mean, that's more than 72 right there.
Yeah, this is an extra wide slider.
Let's do a takeoff on this one, see what it would cost to order one of these. The reason I'm talking this all the way through is we're gonna have a siding issue on the back side, so we may be better off just replacing whatever we have here as it is. And I don't think we even need to call it a bedroom necessarily. So, but I do like your idea. I think that's the better way to go on this thing. So you're walking through here.
And then deleting these stairs, putting a closet here with access to the roof or to the attic. Yeah, and then just putting a closet here that has
Why delete
attic
them?
access. Because it takes up all this space, and if we want a nice like finished hallway to get to this bedroom, it would be weird to frame this inside of stairways inside of a closet that goes all the way to here.
Is there any other ways to access it besides that point right there?
I'm not sure if in the other closets, we can check the other closets and see.
Where are you gonna put the hallway?
So I was thinking we wall to here and then wall that out. So this is the washer and dryer, and we just have bifold closet doors for the washer and dryer. And then this is inside of a closet, and if anyone ever needs to get to the water heater, they just pull the washer or dryer out, and then this is just tucked away out of sight. And then this is just, you know, open, and then you have like basically this whole space would be finished. So you walk down these steps, and then it opens up here, and then you can go into this room or go to the exit.
Yeah, I like that plan. I'm 100% in agreement with that plan. The only thing I'm not, that I do see as an issue is we don't want to make it super hard for them to access that thing.
Yeah,
So that would be my only concern. So we're keeping this wall the exact same.
just adding sheetrock.
Okay. Yeah, so I like that plan, and I think that you could bring your closet. We don't have a closet there right now, so you could put your closet right here, couldn't you?
Yep.
All right, so I like that because it solves two problems. You don't have a closet in here, opens that up. This gets rid of that. It solves like three problems. That's good thinking. Okay, that's now you've been in enough houses.
Yeah.
That you're
Less is more.
yeah, less is more.
Work with what you got.
This area will be closed off now.
It'll make the living room more functional.
The only thing that we need to take awareness is if we delete that accessible area, we need to either create one, but we need to make sure that we don't just delete something and get rid of it. So 100% agree with that plan right here. What are we doing with these cabinets, Danny?
Painting them.
Are these all solid?
They're pretty solid. They might need new hardware, some, you know.
Would you have said that like a year ago?
No, I would have said, oh, these things are junk. Let's tear them out and get new ones.
I think these are solid. At least the uppers are solid for sure.
Yeah.
So worst case scenario, we might have to redo the lowers. Uppers are solid. Yeah, so it might be a good use of our money, but I would keep the uppers the same. And that'll cut our budget a lot because we might want to reconfigure this a little bit anyways. It looks like these are rotted out. And I'm not just trying to like take away your thunder on that one, but these are pretty, because normally that would be the right answer, right? But sometimes it's not worth repairing it with our crew. They're going to be sitting here for days upon days. So I would say let's keep the uppers, get rid of all the lowers. They had the refrigerator, I'm guessing, right here.
Yeah.
So you've got a big space to put a pantry right here. So I would strongly suggest that we do that because other than that, it's just dead space right now. Were you thinking something else?
No, I wasn't even going to go as far as to adding a pantry, but that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, I just think people order a lot of food. Everybody wants. I don't know. What do you think? Do people want pantries, or I don't see people putting their food in cabinets. I don't know anybody who puts their food in cabinets. So it's like, oh, I got cabinets, but where are you gonna put your food? Maybe you're putting like some stuff in here, but you want to like walk in, put all your stuff away. This would be a perfect place for it. It's kind of blinded by the door, and you still have room in here. So yeah, 100%. I think this is a good use of space right here. Just if we bring it out to about right here, we got a nice size. So we'll enclose this. Now, what do we want to do in here?
Delete the ceiling fan and put a nice light, or just do can lights.
I do can lights, 4 cans, delete the light. Yeah, so that's what we do in here. All right, let's move on. So we've got this one.
I was gonna ask you about this, if we wanna open this doorway up a little bit or
Well, we're gonna have a
That
fridge
might be.
right there, so we don't really want to be looking at a fridge. And I think that kitchen being closed, normally I would say let's open it up, but we got a small house.
Yeah.
Let's not do it. Let's just get in and out of here with touching as little elements as possible.
Close this up.
I would just probably leave it the way it is. I mean, it's not straight, right? I think it's gonna look okay, just that way. Okay, so what are we doing in here?
New ceiling fan, flooring, paint.
The only thing I would say is let's try to add 2 can lights. One thing I like to do is make it nice and bright. So a can,
Or
can.
so 4 of them.
Yeah, sorry, 2 on each side.
Okay.
Put this in the middle. It's just kind of something, it doesn't cost much extra money. It's gonna bring a lot of value. All new doors in here. These are solid though.
We got doors at Armor that we can use.
Okay, good.
We already have, so this is a new toilet that came with the house.
Nice. So this is a flipper that quit quickly.
Yeah, ceiling fans. We got the Amazon fandeliers. We can go with those again.
Yeah, that's the right move. Fandeliers are coming, the new craze in flipping. What are you thinking for the flooring?
RVP, the whole thing, seamless.
Woo-wee! Holy hell!
Yeah.
Oh man!
There's diarrhea and maggots.
Oh yeah.
So the bathroom, just tile around the tub, tile the floor, rip this tile on the walls
Damn,
out.
dude, that is fucking nasty. I think whatever you want to do in there is cool. I support whatever you want to do in there.
So here's our crawl space access.
Yeah.
Do we want to delete that?
No, I'd keep that.
Keep it?
Yeah, I would say we got a little bit of a slope, so we need to kind of maybe push this up a little bit. Feels like the house is kind of, God, that shit is ruthless. That thing is not letting up, man. Like bit me. Yeah, so I'm with that plan 100%. The only thing I would say is, do we LVP just here and carpet over there? But I think we LVP the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, this LVP in the kitchen is junk. That LVP's spacing apart, so I was thinking just the whole house seamlessly, the same flooring throughout. We could even do the bathroom.
I'd do it exactly that. Maybe the bathroom a little bit, different. I'd like to open up that bathroom, not the door again, but the actual bathroom, but I did see that the closet goes into that other one, so you're kind of stuck with that. Definitely need to keep a tub if it's so it's a 1-bathroom house. So really all of our money needs to go in the kitchen and the bathroom, and then just close this wall off, do everything you said there, add the mini split over there, do a nice deck here. Do we have any access? That's the only way to access the outside is right here and through that back side over there.
Yeah.
So we just built a nice deck here. This will look really great. That's basically it. This one should not take a lot of time. Like really sourcing the materials, looking at the best time, because another thing is the contractors are never gonna look at the best price of material. They don't even care what the price of material is. They'll get pre-mixed mortar that's like 15 bucks a tube, 20 bucks a tube to fix this driveway, because it's not their money, right? So you gotta be careful with labor plus material. But I think that's 100% the way to go. Budget on this deal, Danny. What do you think?
I was thinking 50 to 60.
I think we can get it done for a lot less.
A lot less.
Yeah, I'm glad, because I was thinking it was gonna be 50 to 60 when I came out here. I think we can get this deal done under 40. Depending on the HVAC, what the guy says on the HVAC system, I think our labor on this thing is tops 20. And then material, I don't see us spending a lot of material. That's with the new roof, that's with everything. HVAC, plumbing, after we know those numbers, we'll be able to dial it in, but I would say we can get this thing done for under 40. You wanna know why we're gonna get all the money on this house? USDA financing. Anybody can move in this house for $0 down, which means they're gonna stretch their dollar as far as it goes. So anytime you can sell a property in a rural area and people can go for USDA financing, which we will advertise on this property, $0 down, guess what that means? We can give them all their closing costs to buy down their rate. We can roll that into the deal. We can give them everything that they want and they get $0. What's the best thing about when you buy a property? If you have to put $0 out of your pocket to buy your house and you just have a monthly payment. So that's why we'll get all the money on this deal, because it's in a rural area. That's why we got all the money over there. If you're flipping and you want to learn how to flip properties, you can actually buy this house with a USDA loan as your first house, get a rehabilitation through the USDA, United States Department of Agriculture, flip this property yourself and then like live in it and then sell it and make a profit. Like you could buy a house for zero. People are like, how do I buy a house for $0 down? That's how you do it right there. USDA loan, 0% down. You can do it with a VA loan, but you got to serve in the military for that. All you got to do is find a rural area that qualifies. It doesn't have to be a rural area like where it's like a bunch of pastures and cow shit or human shit for these purposes.
When we first got here, we were like, I was showing David the house before you got here, and I was like, oh, David, check out that bathroom. It's super nice. He opens the door and goes, oh!
Did I do that to you and ask you?
Oh yeah, someone died in that yes.
I did do
Someone
that.
died in that bathroom, and you're like, oh, go check out that bathroom. And I opened it up, and it smelled like
Dead person.
a dead person.
Well, the guy had literally, just to let you know, this property that we bought, I won't give you the address right now or ever, but the property that we bought, the lady who sold it to me, her brother died on the toilet taking a poop. And so when they checked on him, he's decomposing on the bathroom. Decomposing on the bathroom. I said, Danny, go check out the bathroom. It's pretty nice. What do you tell me what you think? It looks like that's gone full circle now. So. Anytime somebody tells you to go check out a bathroom that's really nice in a flip house, they're probably messing with you. So, all right, just let us know what you think. This is another flip, and we'll show you the afterward after we're done. On to the next one.